Audio Jungle.
This is your local Apes News on Channel 5, and we're back with some breaking news. There have been a few recent reports of guinea worm disease. Guinea worm disease is spread by drinking water containing guinea worm larvae. Larvae are immature forms of the worms. People become infected with guinea worm by drinking water from ponds or other stagnant water containing tiny water fleas that carry the guinea worm larvae. The larvae are eaten by the water fleas that live in these water sources, then coming into contact with humans when they drink them.
Currently near one of the African communities that has the guinea worm disease, or GWD. To all those wondering if they're in close vicinity to the GWD, the answer is most likely no. This is because the GWD affects poor communities in remote parts of Africa that do not have safe water to drink. The recent cases have been witnessed specifically in Chad, Ethiopia, Mali, and South Sudan. The developing world is especially susceptible to the GWD because of their lack of sanitary conditions and healthcare. Often the GWD is found in communities that share contaminated water sources such as rivers or ponds. Unfortunately, people do not usually have symptoms of the GWD until about a year after they become infected. A few days to hours before the worm comes out of the skin, the person may develop a fever and swelling as well as pain in the area. More than 90% of the worms come out of the legs and feet, but worms can appear in other parts of the body as well. Often the wound caused by the worm develops a secondary bacterial infection. This can increase the time an infected person is unable to function. Next, Julia is going to tell us more about the recent cases of the GWD. To Julia.
Now you're probably asking yourself, how likely is it that I will contract guinea worm disease? Good news, this disease is on the decline. From 892,926 cases in 1989, the number of reported cases has dropped to just 22 in the most recent 2015 study. Efforts to introduce clean water have vastly helped in prevention. To avoid developing the disease, be sure to only drink from sources protected from contamination, prevent people with swellings and/or wounds from entering clean drinking areas, to filter dirty drinking water to remove possible water fleas that could carry the larva, and to treat unsafe drinking water with a larvicide such as ABATE. Although no vaccines are currently available for the treatment of guinea worm disease, once the worm breaks the patient's skin, the worm can be carefully wound around a stick or pulled with tweezers at a pace of a few centimeters a day over the course of 1 to 2 weeks until fully removed. Permanent damage is unlikely to occur. Let's wrap up today's segment with some trivia about the guinea worm. The guinea worm has been found in calcified mummies from over 3,000 years ago. Adult guinea worms can range anywhere from 2 to 3 feet. 90% of the time, the worm will emerge from the lower leg. 23 million filtered straws have been distributed by Carter Center to avoid consuming guinea worm larvae. Now back to Brianna with the rest of today's broadcast.
And that's it. You've heard it first here from your local Apes News. Stay safe and drink clean water.